Hey guys, trying to do an update right now. Right now, number one, it's raining. We are doing some awesome stuff today. Um, to expect for the final Cryptic Darkness movie that we are doing, we're trying to go a little more all out, trying to fix everything I didn't like about the first, second, and third film. First thing I wanted to fix was the amount of creatures. Fight scenes were added that were a lot better than any previous ones. That's already said and done. But I wanted to add more creatures, more of that fear of the dead, fear of the other creatures, including nightmares and weirds. I also added a ton more highly thought out villains in this one. Besides just Bannon and then a hint of Zero like in the previous ones. This one is going to have a bunch. Like a bunch of different villains. And because of how long it's been since part 2 started, in about 2014, to now, I added a brand new cast for most of almost villain roles, but not. But to add to the story, so this movie will actually consist of the biggest cast I have had to deal with so far. And I appreciate, even from day one when I started making my series, I appreciated everyone's help. That has helped me gone from using a $20 camera and basic movie maker with random soundtracks I found on CDs or anything like that. It's 2009, guys. Couldn't get too much free music at that point in time. So I went from that to my first movie. I love my first movie because that made me run into a lot of important people that became in my life. It was a great experience. The movie itself was very long-winded, but I loved the ending to it. I love how everything kind of came together at the end. And then since then, I've been doing the other ones, like Among the Damned, which is probably one of my favorite ones to film. And the Cryptic Darkness, Edge of Humanity, Part 1. Part 1, even though it was supposed to be all in one movie, it was a very fun experience. I think it ended how it should have ended. And it was supposed to lead up to the climax. The climax of, finally, the Wastelanders that have suffered so much finally confront Bannon, the villain pretty much since the beginning of the series. They finally get to fend off him and his minions. So far, there's a lot that needs to be done. So in the next few months, I'm going to finish all of that. But I have high hopes with all the actors and actresses that have come on to help me fill the roles that I needed to do and to pretty much complete the story. But to a lot of people that are familiar with the series, they're going to see a lot of original faces and they're going to see a ton of new faces. Pretty much over half the cast is going to be strictly for this film. So you'll see all the original ones, which unfortunately the quality of some of my original footage, because I had issues filming for some of the scenes, so the quality isn't quite as good. I pretty much had to use a tablet for some of it because the camera kept on dying. So unfortunately, everything else, the acting, the music, everything is going to be as dead on as any of the other previous ones, if not better. Because we also have the band that helped my original movie, who did their own, let us use one of their songs for it. And they are allowing me to use their album, so this one is going to have a bigger, more personalized soundtrack. It's just going to end up being great. It's probably going to be about 2 hours long, but it's definitely going to be not as long-winded as the first one felt. First one was my first attempt for a full-length movie, so I was trying to kind of extend it out. But with everything I have now, this movie is going to contain the most drama, the most gore, the most violence I am going to put in any of my films. And this is my final Cryptic Darkness film, which is not going to mean I'm going to quit doing Cryptic Darkness. It's just going to be a series now. Strictly the series. And with the loss of one of our cast members, who luckily was the first episode, Heather Baca, she passed away last year. I'm not going to get very much into it, but the end of this film is going to have a memorial of Heather. She has been a long and dear friend of mine way before she even got into the filming. And I feel that I definitely need to at least pay my respects through film, as well as I have tried paying my respects to her friends and family with her death. So, with this, I kind of want to end her character on a good note. I got all her filming pretty much set early on. But she will be missed, and she'll always be remembered. But also, with the series, I might be doing something that is going to be kind of hard to do, but I'm going to try it anyway. I have an actress that actually looks exactly like Heather. So I want to have her kind of come in, and I might end up doing almost like the face swap with her, even though she looks really close to her, but have her just do a temporary replacement for an episode to kind of show her character and how badass Heather was in life. I want to kind of bring that out in film. And, aside from that, I do have other movies in the works. I also have very much been involved in 2 other film companies that have tremendously helped out with this one, Edge of Humanity Part 2, or Part 1. They helped out with that a little bit, but they're heavily involved in this one. And that's all Patrick Farley and Nick Barnes. They have been incredible people throughout this journey. They do excellent films as well. To me, their films are going to be way higher quality and way a higher standard than anything I'm going to do. Because I do this for fun. They do it for profession. And their film quality is just beyond anything I want to put myself through. But I'm always going to be helping them, and I will add links to their YouTube accounts and everything on this video. Also, they're going to be linked up pretty much through anything I post that involves their companies, because I want to get them some traction too. So, it's going to be an amazing road. This is pretty much my last stop for what I would consider my practice film. Cryptic Darkness has been a fun, amazing journey for me. It's been pretty much in the works since I was a kid. Originally, probably like 99 when I started thinking about the ideas. Put them originally on film in 2001, and I hate it. Some of you that have been bugging me, you're never going to see it. Sorry. But when 2009 hit and I was able to start doing computer editing, it was golden. So it's been a long-winded journey from here, but I'm going to be working on future projects, mostly on the lines of horror. Among the Damned gave me a taste of supernatural horror rather than action horror. And it has been one of my pride and joys, and I want to continue with that kind of style for at least my next film. And my next film is going to be a much bigger, well put together film. And that one I want to actually do with much better camera equipment and full-on licensing to actually put it on a Blu-ray and be able to actually disperse it out, make a little money off of it, because I kind of want my films to kind of go from here, but I'm probably not going to be really pumping too much out in terms of like, the high-end films. I'm probably going to do one every other year if I can, but possibly even 3 years, because I want to have everything set up and be perfect to just get it done. So anyways, guys, that was my update. So any kind of future content will be shown on here or on Facebook. Have a good day.